Knitting a top sock can be a fun project, but it's difficult to get the fit right. One of the most important steps is to find where to start the gusset. My formula for determining where to start the gusset assumes that I can divide the full length of the foot in 3 parts. That is the toe to gusset start, the length of the gusset, and half of the heel flap. The formula can work for any sock that has a gusset, regardless of whether the gusset is a sole gusset like here or the gusset increases are on the side. So let's go through it together. We know the length of the foot that we want. We also have our gauge figured out. We'll probably know how many rounds we need for the gusset because we'll know how many increases we'd like to make, and we can figure out the rounds from there. Or if you're following a pattern, the pattern will state the rounds that you need for this section. And because you got the gauge, you can use the row gauge to figure out how long the gusset is in centimeters or inches. Then we can calculate the heel flap width. If you're following a pattern, there'll probably be a number of stitches given for the heel flap, or it's typically 1/2 of the foot circumference. So if you're working your sock on DPNs, it will be 2 DPNs worth. And note that we're only interested in half of that, so we have to take a half of the heel flap, and because we know the gauge, we can convert that to centimeters or inches using the stitch gauge. Now that we've got the length of the gusset and the width of the half of heel flap, we can add those together to get the remaining part of the foot that we need to leave before we start the gusset. So this part plus this part should be the total length. And that's it. If that was a bit too fast and a bit too much maths in one little minute, then know that I have written a blog post about this formula with visualizations and a proper example, so you can head over to my website and type in where to start the gusset in the search, and it should throw that blog post up in the results. And if you have any questions, of course, please feel free to put them in the comments. And thank you so much for watching.